Welcome to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I'm your host, Kevvy. This week on the show are my guests, Dust and Jerrilynn Spears. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page.
My nipple starts to slip out at any time, just tell me.
Tell you?
Yeah, they like to escape.
Okay, I will. I'll be on Nipple Watch.
Thank you so much.
It's the new David Hasselhoff show.
I love Germany.
Do you? Why is he so famous in Germany, David Hasselhoff?
I don't know.
That's where he's from.
I just remember that was always the joke. Really?
Yeah.
He's did German techno, and people love music in Europe more so than they do in North America.
I think Germans just like German techno a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what a weird.
Can't fight that.
You
logic.
two are being so much more polite to each other right now than before we started recording. By the way, we're recording.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I just like
So
to
be
say
mean
that
to each
Jerry
other.
is a literal trash bag human.
I am public enemy number one to
You
the community.
are. Now say something mean about me.
Something mean?
Yeah.
How much time do I have?
30 seconds.
Wow. You really need to step up your look. I think you really need some
Oh.
gloss. Like, we are here at
Yeah,
604
let's gloss.
Records.
Okay.
Here, have some
What do
Fenty.
you got? Is it Fenty?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Ew, it's supposed to be like white, but it's like pink and
because my lips are so big, sometimes
It's
it makes it all the way up my nose without me noticing.
And I have to put this on. Okay, but you have to put something on too.
Okay.
What do you got?
I have 2 USBs.
Okay.
I have perfume.
No, don't do that. We're in a small space.
I have a really old mascara.
that.
Okay.
Use the dirty end.
They're both dirty ends.
I love this.
We're just
Oh
gonna
my
take
God.
over.
I don't even need to
Sorry.
be here.
This
This is
We're
great.
in the home of Nickelback, and I am look.
Are you a huge Nickelback
I'm a
fan?
huge Nickelback fan. Also, everything in this office is propped up with a Carly Rae Jepsen CD.
Yeah. I wrote on that album.
I know you wrote on Kiss, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
saw
And
that.
on Emotion Side B.
Which
Side
one?
B?
Which one? Which one?
The Store. Yeah.
Wait, stop
That's
it.
one of my favorite.
Pitchfork
songs.
said it's her best song.
It is
so-
one of her best songs.
I play that song at the store that I work at all
Really?
the time, just so
I
people
lo-
come and like, wow, I'm at the store.
Also, she recorded that song like back during her first album, didn't she? And it
Yeah,
was in,
yeah.
like an ad.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
She was
huge
in
Carly
Gas
stan.
So
during
good.
that.
I'm a
That's
huge
right.
Carly stan.
That was on Green Couch Sessions, I think, that she first premiered that song, and then it was cool because like 3 albums later ended up coming out. So.
Yeah, and B-side, like out of everything that she released, was such a refreshing.
Yeah.
Every song was just a banger.
Yeah.
Super good.
I'm going to New York to write with her in May also.
Oh, skinny.
On the next one.
New York
Yeah.
is really cute. Does she live in New York? I thought she lived in Abbotsford.
She lived in LA for the last 5 years, and and now she's moving to New York. But she lived right next to Upright Citizens Brigade, the
Oh, cool.
comedy theater.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
So cool.
cute.
Yeah, she's kind of responsible for the reason I have a professional music career, really,
That's really incredible.
because she was the
Hi,
first.
Carly.
Hi,
Thank
Carly.
you. You're doing great, sweetie. You look skinny today. Just giving her some
That
daily
is the best
affirmations.
compliment
Yeah.
you could ever get.
And
you
like-
look skinny today.
I hope that lands on a remix for her next album.
Oh my God, could you
Kevin,
imagine?
can you take care of it?
I got it. I got you both.
I'll do as many sound bites for you as you want.
I would
you
love
look
that.
Skinny, fuck Donald Trump, like whatever you need.
Those are the 2 perfect ways for her to start her next record, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
too.
her album should be called The Big Lip Experience.
It's just a picture of you.
Just a picture of my face.
So
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
she was inspired by her last album, it was like 70s influences like ABBA. Is her next album like Beatles influences from the 60s?
Good question. Yeah, because it did go 80s, 70s, and 60s
Yeah.
would make sense.
Yeah. So, but she
like
could
it.
jump into the 90s, and I would literally die. That would, and I'm not exaggerating.
That would be hashtag too much.
like I'm a hashtag corpse right
I think
now.
I'd have to be in your room.
no, you gotta.
I don't know all of the.
You gotta stop.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's do that with Nickelback songs though.
Please tell me why you
know
love
any of
Nickelback and
I-
what it is, and just tell me everything you love about Nickelback.
I have a daddy fetish.
Do you?
That's why.
Do you love Nickelback also?
No.
So
I just wanted to give you some information about myself.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
I grew up in the woods with no running water, or electricity, and we used to have this,
Subtle brag.
Yeah, right.
Stop
had
bragging.
this-
So grounded.
We had this CD player that we used to put batteries in and listen to albums, and we had
You
the
had batteries in
yeah.
1940?
We had. You cunt! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Anyway, I
Nipple
look
watch.
good.
Oh,
Nipple watch.
thank you.
Yeah,
They're
they're
literally
released.
told you they're wanting to escape. There's a storm coming. That's
I understand.
Why. Yeah.
I'd run for
like
the
there
hills
There
too.
is a storm coming.
It literally
It's
is.
wild.
Literally, whatever. There's a storm. You gotta let the horses go. They know where to go.
They're free range.
It's the humane thing to do. So anyway,
human.
So yeah, we used to listen to Nickelback on this like little CD player that was powered with batteries, and I grew up loving them. And then when I turned 19 and I moved to Calgary, I was partying at this like really grungy bar called the Back Alley. Have you ever heard of it? Do you remember it?
No.
When you were in Calgary? Yeah. It was like right on McLeod Trail by Chinook Mall, and it was super gross. And they used to play Nickelback like songs from Dark Horse actually.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. Like
My
they
favorite
played
Katy Perry song.
Anyway, they would play songs. You're a menace to society.
Hi, Katie. You look skinny today.
Hi, Chad. You look amazing.
You don't look a day over 40.
Your ankles are so thin, Chad. I don't know what grown men feel insecure about.
Yeah.
Do you?
their bellies.
Oh, Chad, you're ripped. Don't worry about it.
Do you believe in Santa Claus? I love a good jolly belly.
Yeah, so anyway, my love of Nickelback goes back to like my early clubbing days when they used to play it and we used to go hard.
I love that.
Yeah.
I actually love Nickelback.
Yeah.
I think the songwriting's really good. He was here one time, and he was because I have a recording studio in the back that I work out of making music, and he had to use it for a while, and he felt bad that he was like ousting me. But I have a home setup and stuff too, so it's not a big deal.
Permission first?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then
Consent's important
yeah.
in the music industry.
and then when I came back, he was.
Hi, Kesha. You look great today.
You look
Love the new
skinny,
dark
girl.
hair.
Yeah, the dark hair's works for you.
TikTok.
I hope you're somewhere praying, girl.
Oh no! I'm sweaty.
You're ruining this podcast.
I love that.
Sorry.
No, I love it.
What were you saying, honey? Keep going.
Oh, I found a store.
Wow, you're full of emotion.
B-side.
Oh, B-side, only
Not-
B-side, because that's when she worked on B-side over here.
Yeah.
We don't need A-side. A-side's not as good.
Thank you. I
need to
appreciate
focus,
that.
I need to focus.
So Chad, when I came back to get back into my studio, he's like, "Hey, thanks for letting me use the room for a while. Left you a little something for your troubles. Beer fridge full of beer." I was like, "Chad Kroeger, you can use the studio
I don't
anytime
know
you
why
want."
my mind went to him pooping in the corner. Like, I literally thought he brought his dog in, like, I didn't clean it up. This is my studio. You didn't clean it up, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, "I own this place."
pile of poop.
I took a photograph of it. I don't know any of the words.
No,
to
you
any
got
of
it.
the music.
You're fine. Yeah.
You made the reference you needed to make.
Yeah.
You're in on the joke.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Just want to be your girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh, that's Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
They're one and the same.
Still topical. There you
yeah.
go. Still topical. Well, thank you so much for having us on the
Of
podcast.
course.
It's like there's been no intro yet. It's just been
This is the best. This is the real deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I love chaos.
I heard one of you at Miss Cobalt got wet.
Oh, yeah, that was me. Yeah. So Steve, who actually works for comedy here often, we have a fun story. So during Mr. and Miss Cobalt All-Stars, which you helped me with.
We both kind of got wet.
She was on cleanup.
Go
crew.
on.
So I created this beautiful idea for a performance where I come out in this beautiful yellow.
Beautiful is not the right word, but keep going.
Come out in this beautiful yellow gown. Please continue to give commentary because it'll be fun. It'll be funner that way because I treated you like shit. So
Oh,
it's like
she was a fucking bitch.
I was really nervous because I planned this for like months and I wore this beautiful yellow gown and I looked stunning and I had this leather daddy on stage with me and I was lip syncing to Annie Lennox's Why, which is like such a beautiful ballad.
Yeah.
And at one point I sat down on the yellow milk crate that was on the stage and he just started pissing all over my face.
Oh my god.
I didn't tell anyone,
Oh.
even my cleanup crew, that there
No.
was going to be urine involved.
And then she's really clever, so the audience wasn't right next to the stage. She went right out to the front, like, come in, like, aiming them to come closer and closer. No one knew this. You told me that I'd clean up something. I had towels ready.
He thought it was going to be paint because I had paint, like
Yeah.
tubes of paint in the daddy's hands while he was on stage.
I
So
was
people
like,
were
fierce.
oh, no big deal.
Let's turn this yellow dress into a different color. Perfect. How creative. Amazing. Audience comes forward, and then they sit down on the crate, and then this really hot guy who's like 5'6", so it was like really hot. Just like pees for like 10 minutes.
in my mouth, all over my face while I'm lip syncing, and I don't miss a
Yeah.
fucking beat.
And then a drop.
And then I get up and I get to the really intense, like emotional part of the song, and I'm flailing my arms and I'm emoting, and there's piss flying off of my body.
And that's how I got pink eye for the first time. I don't know if you're joking.
no.
But I love it.
So then this is where Steve comes in. that night I decided I was going to ask Steve on a date. So I was feeling the high from literally crushing the competition. And I walked over to him completely like soaked in urine. And I was like, hey, do you want to go on a date with me? And he was like, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, I know I'm covered in someone else's piss, but like, it's platonic.
It was awful. So the guy was still peeing as they were getting their critiques. It was just flooding the stage. So I was on with a sham wow, like, please stop. Please stop. And then it was just awful. So yeah.
And then I ended up throwing the beautiful custom gown I had made in the garbage because Jerry put it in the garbage bag.
Yeah, because it was filled with urine.
And I had to climb into the garbage can the next day and pull this piss-covered dress out of the garbage can.
I also told them, like, hey, it's in this bag. So it was your own fault for throwing it out.
That's fine.
I'm sure I could find the text message saying, yeah, it's in the garbage bag.
Okay, do it now. We got time.
That was 2 years ago. Do you
Oh.
have time? That literally was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, the Cobalt's closed now.
We talk like 400 messages a day. This would take me 30 years to find that message. So it was
Most
2
of
years
them
ago.
is me taking a tone and you being like, don't take a tone with me.
You're not even wearing gloss. How dare you attack me?
I'm wearing gloss now,
Well, in those previous
which is
times.
mixed with something gritty.
Yeah, I don't like moisturizer on my lips. It makes me feel weird.
Ugh.
So it's just dried skin. Would you like some gloss?
Okay, thanks. Don't do it. You don't want to get herpes.
Herpes isn't that bad.
How would you know?
I haven't.
Oh, no.
My favorite part about me, on all of my dating profiles, I'm like, do you want to catch something great and fun?
Not just me.
And not just me. Oh, nipples.
There you go. Oh man, I'm slipping.
Horses.
Yeah, sorry. Let the horses free.
Wild
Pretty sure I just heard
horses.
thunder.
I love that guy peed for so long, and I have a lot of questions for him too.
He had to actually go to the bathroom before, like we were standing side stage waiting to perform, and he was like, "Oh my god, I have to go! Like I gotta go." I was like, "Just let a little bit out, just a little bit."
Yeah,
And
I
so he
almost
went and he
slept
just, like-
coming on stage because there was a
He like
puddle.
pinched just a little bit out. He had so much pee, it was wild.
So you had no idea that was going to happen?
I did.
Oh,
No
you
one
did?
else did. I told nobody besides the dress designer who I came up with the concept with. Yeah,
It has to be the perfect shade of yellow.
yeah. I wanted it also to be a shade
You
of
better
yellow.
eat some asparagus.
Gross. Now it's chartreuse.
my
No, I wanted it to be a certain type of fabric so that when the pee hit it, it would change colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a hypercolor shirt.
Yeah.
From like kind of dehydrated to really dehydrated.
Because if you pee on like stretch jersey, it'll change color. But if you pee on like stretch lycra, it'll look iridescent. It was really beautiful.
Oh, that does sound
wow.
beautiful.
Yeah.
beautiful again is not the correct word in the situation, but it is an adjective. So
I
good
looked-
job.
I looked stunning, and that night I was such a cunt to Jerry that like at one point I was like, okay, let's tape my titties up, and because I was being so rude and you were being so nice,
Yeah.
I laid down a piece of duct tape like on my titty, and I was like, oh, I put it in the wrong place, and she was like, that's fine, and just tore it off.
Yeah, she was being a bitch. So I tore one off and then I slowly peeled the other one off to try and readjust it.
Yeah.
I put using air quotes. I can't hear you.
We ended up just going with the bra stuffed with
yeah.
absorbent materials.
Wasn't it rice?
I wasn't getting married. Why would I have rice in my tits?
You can't throw rice. Birds will explode, won't they? Haven't you seen Shrek?
That's what I was just looking at. I was just looking that up. It's not true.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It probably expands in their stomach, just like ours, you know. We-
I love a good urban legend.
Yeah,
What's your
right?
favorite urban legends?
that Katy Perry is actually Joan Benet Ramsey.
Ooh.
Ramses.
Ramsey as a drag queen from Edmonton. Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out, Joan
Shout out
Benet.
Ramsey.
Joan
Love you.
Joan Benet Ramsey. Yeah, that's my favorite urban
Wow.
myth. Is that Katy Perry is
Do I
actually?
have a favorite urban myth? I
Is
don't
it
know.
that Avril Lavigne was replaced by a robot? Can we say that on this podcast?
No,
Yeah, you can
she was
say
replaced
that.
by a lizard, wasn't she?
A
No,
lizard.
She was a lizard before.
Oh.
And now what? A robot?
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
I love it if she used to be a lizard and now she's a robot.
Yeah.
She just shed her scaly skin into metal. Like, that's fierce.
It makes total sense to me. There's also the thing that Paul McCartney was replaced by a clone at some point. That's a good one.
Oh, because I thought he died like 30 years ago.
That's what I heard. Yeah, yeah.
And now the big thing is that Yoda's been replaced by a clone.
Oh no.
Gag.
Yeah.
Wow, who's Yoda?
It's a great question.
I don't
That's a
know who
wonderful
that is.
question. Do we take a break for for like a commercial or something. I'm feeling really hot right now.
I've got my fan.
I need more props in my life.
Sorry.
Yeah, I feel there's like lots of chords and Carly Rae Jepsen CDs, but like you don't have anything like fun other than that.
You have nothing that's gay in
You have
here.
nothing gay, Kevvy, except for your hair.
Oh.
Oh, is that Peppa? No, that's like
Peppa Pig is
that's
my
a
favorite
that's a Peppa
communist
knockoff.
symbol.
And you said I had no props.
That's just creepy.
Is that Yoda?
Is this?
That's what replaced Yoda. The franchise has taken a turn.
It's become
cute.
pink
Is
yoga.
this your voodoo doll? Like if I like tickle you, you feel it?
Did you ask consent first?
It's wearing clothing.
Consent is very important in the music industry.
Even for a pig.
Show me on the doll where you were sexually aroused. Nice.
Oh, in the snout.
Right in the snout.
Always in the
Me
snout.
too.
Oink, oink.
That's what this episode is going to be called. Right in the snout.
Hunting for some truffles.
Oh, gross.
I don't even like truffles.
That would actually be good if you were a pig, because you already like rolling around in human shit. So.
Boom.
And now we're gonna take a break.
Oh, one of my favorite urban myths is the person who is on Grindr
Yeah.
in the West End.
I already love
who
this.
messages everyone being like, "Hey, I'm in the bathtub. Come over and take a shit on me."
It's not me.
But you know the one, right?
I do know the
messages
one.
Everyone. He just messages everyone, just in case, like
Yeah.
that's your thing. Like he just
There's
wants.
also a guy who like blank profile message, "Hey, do you have braces and really bad breath?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, sister, you're 4 years
can.
too late. I did.
I can again. Like
Like,
I can paint them on with Sharpie.
I have dental benefits. Like, let me go get braces again for you. Like, are you hot?"
You're like, I have extraordinarily bad breath, and it is impeding my love life. So
I have-
yes, let's do this.
I haven't brushed my teeth in 3 days, and I've only drank coffee.
My new
So,
drag
like,
name is Halitosis.
I hate you so much.
Quickest roast.
Okay, so this is why you need to come to our show at Yuck Yucks, because
Okay.
we host like this.
Tell me all about it.
So we host Yuck Yuck Canada's only all drag comedy show.
Correct.
Yuck it up, sis.
Yuck it up, sis.
Mama.
It's now going to be a monthly, so it's going to be the second Thursday of every month,
yeah.
and it is now sponsored by Comedy Here Often.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is super incredible. So our next one's on December 5th, and it's called Slay Divas.
Not a holiday show.
Not a holiday show. No. We're not doing any holiday music.
There's not one holiday song.
No.
I love that.
Yeah.
But there are lots of songs, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so there's about 13 numbers. The show runs, 70, 75 minutes?
About so.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
Depends if we talk too much. Sometimes it goes for 3 hours.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of reads.
One time she did Hero by Enrique Iglesias for 45 minutes straight.
Yeah,
Because
it
every
was-
5 minutes she's like, the sound is off. I got to start again. But it's literally because she's not a good singer.
Yeah, I found out that the reason that doesn't sound good when I'm singing is because I'm not a good singer. And it's like,
I've
you
been
know what?
telling her for 2 years.
I learned, I realized that that's okay. And last night at my show, I sang a song and I was like, wow, this is bad. And I was like, but it's just me. And now I've come to this place of just being like, it's fine, because people are literally throwing handfuls of cash at me. So,
Maybe you're a good singer then.
I don't think they were doing that, but that's fine. I was also present. Some of those
You were
details are wrong.
really wasted.
It was
I
rice.
absolutely was. I had already done my number, and I think I had drank at least 2 liters of wine.
Did you pee all over the place like the
Oh,
other
no.
show?
My penis is inside me. I couldn't pee.
I've never let it out.
Are you
It's a bit of a
kidding?
problem.
Jerry, you should explain your drag to the people,
Okay.
because it's
Please
hard
do.
to understand.
My drag, okay, so I like to describe, hi, my name is Jerrilynn Spears. Just in case we haven't done an introduction, this is,
Yeah, it's
what-
fine. Don't worry.
okay, I don't remember your
I'll
name.
introduce myself.
Thank you so much.
when this show's
Anyways,
over.
I like to describe myself as Ronald McDonald's first ex-wife, who has recently discovered plastic surgery and is now hunting for another one who is
Okay.
like close to death because herpes is fatal.
Maybe the Burger
So-
King?
Yeah. Maybe. Oh my God. Or Wendy's. Sometimes I flip both ways. Who knows? Just like a burger.
You're such an idiot.
Jerrilynn is very uncoordinated, so she doesn't like to move very much. She likes to point and caress people's faces with consent sometimes.
Sometimes.
If they give me money, that's consent. So it's
Fair
like,
enough.
perfect, great. Sometimes they don't give me money because my hands smell.
Like what? Like what?
Well,
Every once in a while, I like to have chicken wings before I perform.
don't spray that. Don't. Please don't. We're in a small space.
Are you scent sensitive?
Yeah, I am. This is an accessible space.
I like to smell like a French streetwalker.
I
so-
know you do. I know you do, and I don't want to smell that.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Thank you.
What else should I tell them about me?
Well, you should tell them that you do what you like to call big pussy drag.
Oh, yes. My vagina is swollen 24/7.
Bigger than her lips.
Bigger than my lips. I enter the room pussy first.
Wow. That's confidence.
Yeah, it also warms up the room.
Yeah.
A lot of heat's coming out.
Literally.
Yeah, so big pussy drag. Everything about me is just big. I enter
love
the
that.
room big first.
I do want to tell the story of Jerry's lips because I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Do it.
So one day when Rihanna's Fenty was launched in Sephora, she came in to get the red uncensored, the liquid red, and was like, oh, I can't wait to do this. Drew her lips on normal at home, got in the cab, showed up to the show, and the lipstick, because it's so liquidy, you have to actually line it before you toss it down so it doesn't bleed all over your face. It bled all the way over her face. So all she did was we lined it and then she filled it in.
I love
and then
that.
Never changed.
And
Embraced
that's, and that's how it got here.
Wow.
And it's
Love it.
ridiculous. And now you just like draw a line on your chin and draw a line under your nose and then just connect the dots with a circle.
Yeah, I kind of start drawing like a Hitler stash and then
Yeah.
a goatee and then I connect it.
Oh my god.
That's my Hitler.
That's what Hitler should have done.
Honestly, he needs
Yeah.
a good pink
Hitler, if
lipstick.
you're listening to this,
Hitler.
Hit me up, girl.
Yeah. Hitler's probably on one of those
I gotta
apps.
go.
Probably.
Yeah,
Hitler
totally.
loves being
Oh my God,
shit
it's-
on in bathtubs, I bet.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
He lives in the West End of Vancouver. I knew it.
Hitler's somewhere crying right now. Like,
Oh my god.
"Oh,
He's probably on Scruff.
Yeah, Hitler. Yeah,
Scruff?
it's
Scruff
Hitler.
is like for like muscle daddies and like hairy people and like this one.
No, I don't have luck there because it's only twinks that like me. 'Cause I'm a
Oh.
twink.
And a liar.
Have you seen my arms?
Yes.
Yeah, they're so skinny.
They're
Look
so
at this.
uncomfortable
There's
looking.
there's nothing to them.
What'd you do for your Make-A-Wish trip?
I took you. You know that. we went
for elephant
gator
rides.
watching. Oh.
We went gator watching on top of elephants.
So we like to improv a lot, and sometimes we improv over each
We're
other.
too
and
quick.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, anyways, so describe whatever this is.
What is?
You.
Oh, my drag?
Yeah.
So I identify as non-binary, and I like to make my eye makeup really, really big. And I like to look really blend, like a really sexy clown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it land?
Well, clown does for sure.
But my highlight is so sexy.
Part of you is blend. Some of it's there. And you're really elevated.
I just
today
want you
'cause
all
you're
to
wearing
know that I
gloves.
was not mean to her when she was describing her drag. I was very supportive.
No. And that's
Remember,
our friendship.
remember back to the beginning when I said she was public enemy?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
So describe your drag, Kevvy.
Yeah.
think
First off,
that's-
your hair's up. Did you not wash it for us today?
I actually didn't.
Are you
It's
inspired
very
by
dry.
Ellen Page?
Ellen
Oh
Page.
my god.
I'm the next Ellen Page.
Wow.
Maybe you are. Ellen.
I'm the next Michael Cera. I'm the rap game Michael Cera. I'm the
Are you
rap
saying
game
all
Ellen
this so
Page.
you can edit in whichever one you like?
No, I'm just.
I was thinking more like Sid the Sloth.
Okay. Okay. I didn't realize I was gonna get roasted on that.
I
My own
told you.
Fucking show.
I told you. I told you, public enemy.
Hey, I love Ice Age. Queen Latifah.
I
was
tried
in
to
it.
do this alone, and she was like, "What?"
I'm like herpes. You can't get rid of it. It's always there.
Well, you know
What's
that.
that one song by Nickelback? I'm always watching you. I don't know.
What?
That's Rockwell.
Is a photograph? I don't know. Hi, Chad. You look great today. Your ankles have never looked thinner.
Yeah.
Describe your drag,
Look at
honey.
his bootcut jeans in that photo. Fuck, he wears a good pair of bootcut jeans. God damn, and he
Wow.
and he French tucks his T-shirt into it.
I didn't realize he
God.
was a Satanist.
Well, he has a huge dick. That's what he
Oh.
said in Playboy. So
Yeah,
that
he
our
can
time?
suck his own dick.
I love that for him.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sure he probably doesn't have trouble like getting someone to suck his dick.
This
here.
my manager, who's his lawyer, came into the office the other day and he's like, "Yeah, Chad can suck his own dick." And this Brazilian girl who works here was like, "What?" Like she wasn't listening until that part. And she's like, "What?" And then he's like, "Yeah." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the next Nickelback concert, stand in the front row and go suck your dick." And that made me laugh really hard because I never heard that phrase before. Suck your dick. like as a command, you know?
You should chant it.
Wow.
That seems like something we could chant.
Suck your dick.
Go
Suck
off, bitch. Suck your dick.
Get off, bitch. Suck your dick.
What an interesting
I wonder if he
workplace.
swallows himself. Like if he swallows for himself.
Do you?
Of course I do. I eat it every time.
Oh, wow.
You
Just
could
like-
you could suck your dick?
No, I just jizz into my hand and then
and then
lick
she
it
also
off
drinks
like
her
an ice
first
cream
pee
cone.
in the morning, too.
No, I don't
Really?
drink it. I rub it on my face, and that was in my extreme hippie days in my early 20s.
Like as a cleanliness thing?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
it's
like an Ayurvedic thing. I pee into my hands and then splash it on my face.
Uh-huh.
Acne gone.
Oh, my God. I want to throw up.
Does that work?
Yeah,
No.
That's why you have such nice skin.
that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
That's why mine's scaly. I
I heard you're a reptile and now you're a robot.
It's scaly. It's
Avril
scaly
Lavigne.
because all you eat is Oreos and chicken.
Cinnamon bun Oreos, bitch. Get it
leave-
correct.
And you leave them open
Oh
so
my
they
God,
soften.
have you ever had them? Okay.
No, I fucking love
here
Oreos,
is
though.
the Jerry tip number 1 that
Okay.
you need to live your life by. Cinnamon bun Oreos. Open up the package. Put it in your cupboard for like 3 or 4 days.
Yep.
Fuck
Who
off.
can wait for 3 or 4
Is that a
days?
euphemism?
I know you can't.
I can. Let them get stale, and then they're kind of like really soft and squishy, and you eat them. They literally taste like a cinnamon bun.
Oh my god.
Now you could
Ooh.
also go and get cinnamon buns in that time frame as well. But if you don't have time to go get a cinnamon bun, or Uber Eats is shut down for some reason, I don't know, communism, put Oreos in the cupboards and let them sit.
So let me tell you a story.
There's always a 2 for $60 independent on Davy.
I was
Ooh.
at this beast's house, and she's like, "Oh, I just need to clean like the dishes out of my room." She comes out with a cup that has milk residue in it and an entire empty box of Oreos, and was like, "Dinner." But what I think is like one of the funniest things you've ever said is that you have 3 things that you don't believe in.
4.
You have 4 things. Okay,
there's
great.
4.
Cool,
First of all,
there's
get it
4
right.
now. It's okay, that's
So this
fine.
is gonna get very triggering for someone specific, and you'll find out in a second. So the 4 things that I don't believe in. Number 1, the devil.
Fair enough.
Fuck that bitch.
He did not go down to Georgia.
No.
And if it was a she did not go down to Georgia. And if it's a non-binary, it did not go down to Georgia.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 2. Calories. They just hold you back.
Yeah.
I don't believe in them. I think it's a waste of time. Number 3, hand jobs.
Yeah.
I have carpal tunnel. It's just better for me not to believe in
It's
them.
from all those years of juggling.
And number 4, Tori Spelling. I fucking hate that bitch.
You don't think she exists?
No.
What about Aaron Spelling?
He's hot, yes.
Okay. I believe in him
No,
very
Tori
much.
Spelling, never heard of her, doesn't exist.
Aaron Spelling's her old dad, right? Like the old,
Yes.
like the old dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
you love old
Oh,
man.
I love old
You
man.
do, yeah.
Who's your favorite old man?
Oh.
Chad Kroeger.
Okay.
How old
Yeah,
is he?
thank you so much. Old enough.
Probably late 40s, I'd
Too
assume.
young.
Okay. I was going to say, it's not really that old.
Who do I have? I'm really
What about
obs-
Larry David?
Oh, I'm really obsessed
No.
with Larry David right now.
Yeah, I love Larry David.
And Larry King, because he's like really close to death. And I know if I give him herpes, he'll die.
I'm really into Nick Offerman.
That's fucking funny.
That would be the thing that kills Larry King.
So like,
a
when you go,
herpes outbreak.
girlfriend, when you go to New York, take me with you.
Okay.
I'll find some way to get like some sort of like outbreak going.
You're gonna aggravate your herpes.
Yes, I'm gonna find Larry King, write myself into his will, and then just like let him just like do his business for a few minutes. And
You're
then
gonna
he'll
let him
just die.
eat your herpes-covered asshole.
Yeah, and a bag of Skittles.
Same thing. They look exactly the same.
I'm like
Did he
a
die
really-
of herpes or diabetes?
I'm like a really good Uber. I have snacks. Give me a 5-star
Are you
rating.
sponsored by Flow Water?
Oh my god! Flow water. The water that flows. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, let's kill Larry King.
I honestly thought he died a few years ago, and then I saw him recently do something with a drag queen, and I was like, you're not dead. Is this a hologram? Is this like Tupac?
Oh, man. He would be a good choice for a Deadpool, though, because he must be...
For a Deadpool.
Yeah, that's what a Deadpool is where you put money on which celebrity you think's going to die
Oh,
next.
I thought you meant like Ryan Reynolds is getting fired. And
No,
King's
well,
gonna be this
that's where that
player.
name
Wow,
came
dude,
from, though.
Nimble enough for the tricks and
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Comedy?
That's really skinny.
it's a very specific brand of comedy that Larry's gonna have to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that voice. Like, I'm going to kill you. That wasn't a Larry King voice, but work.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here waiting for Jan Arden to like one of my tweets.
Oh
and
man,
this is a
she liked
long
one of
time.
mine the other day.
Yeah, she liked
Well,
one of mine too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we
Liked your tweet.
Why is everyone attacking her right now?
It's because she's voicing out her opinions about like Andrew Scheer and
Yeah.
Doug and not Doug Ford. Oh my God, rest in peace. Is it Doug Ford? Yeah, it's Doug Ford.
Yeah.
'Cause
Rob Ford's the one who
dead.
died,
Yeah,
yeah.
rip.
Rest in peace, Chris Farley.
Yeah, rest in Greece, Chris Farley. So yeah, she's getting some backlash because she's opposing these leaders. So all these like super like right wing nut jobs are like, how dare you go eat another donut? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, you and I were literally
Yeah.
on Twitter being
Yeah.
like, leave fucking Jan alone,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
incel, piece of shit.
I know, I love that.
I love Jan so much.
She's funny.
She's really funny.
So funny.
Yeah, and her sitcom is stunning, and I'm super excited that they get to have a second season, and we get to see her fight Sarah McLachlan. 'Cause
Ooh,
that's
that'll
what I
be good.
suspect. That's what I think's gonna happen. Is they're gonna have like a physical fight.
What if they fight and then Amy Mann jumps in?
Oh,
And then Sarah Sleen.
oh, and then who's that other one? Amanda
Anyways, I
Marshall.
love
Is she
Oreos.
Canadian? Oh, are you? You're sorry.
I
You're
don't
on
know
the
anything
periphery. I'm
about Jan
sorry.
Arden.
That's fine.
I
I
just-
try. I try
I
to
know, but
share,
I'm
but
just
you
not
just don't care.
interested. I only want to talk about Demi Lovato.
Okay, let's talk about Demi Lovato.
Oh my god, no, we
my
don't have
God.
time. like she's obsessed with Demi. I'm obsessed with Jan.
Yeah.
We talk about them passionately. Sometimes we just stare at each other and talk about them
Separately
at the
at
same
each
time.
other. Yeah.
Just because we have
Yeah.
nothing in common, but we
literally
do
did
lots
text you,
together.
like last weekend, like 2 Demi songs leaked. My day is so much
Yeah, it's like
better.
poor recordings from
Oh
like
my
a
God.
leaked website.
Yeah, from like some Brazilian YouTube channel, and it's like these really awful recordings. But I fucking blast it in
Yeah.
my ear. I'm like every day. I'm like,
The biggest fight that we have had in our relationship was when her song "Sober" came out, and then like 3 days later, she like had a heroin overdose, and I was making a bunch of Demi Lovato in rehab jokes, which is like very insensitive. But I was like, it was like whatever.
it was not the time.
It was not the time, and you literally
I was
were like, you
so
literally
upset.
didn't talk to me for a week.
No, because I was
You
so
were
upset
pissed.
because I was in Japan when I found out that she had overdosed.
Yeah, so you weren't even here.
I
for
wasn't
her.
even. I was literally by myself on a work trip, like
Yeah.
doing like training or whatnot. And then I was in my hotel room at 4 a.m. in Japan, like crying because I thought she was dying.
Oh,
She's
no.
like the biggest inspiration for me in life. Love you, Demi.
Yeah.
You look really skinny today. And then she's like texting me like, "LOL, she overdosed. How funny." I was like,
I
was-
didn't say that. I wrote a clever
Well,
joke
in
about
layman's
it.
terms, she said something insensitive, and it made me feel a certain type of way, and I was upset.
Just so you know, my joke was clever. But then I remember I went through a breakup, and I was at Jerry's house because she was like, she invented this thing called Skinny Mondays, which was basically this invention to make me feel better. Which we could
nicest
eat.
thing ever.
Right? We could
just-
eat and do anything on
I
the Monday,
love
and it didn't
Skinny
count.
Mondays.
Didn't
Calories
count.
didn't exist.
Calories
pounds
don't
didn't
count on Skinny
exist.
Mondays.
Tori
So you do-
Spelling doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So she doesn't exist normally. So like,
we like to do Skinny Mondays when we're sad. But I was there and we were watching like music documentaries, and we watched like the Taylor Swift concert tour, and I cried to All Too Well. And then he was like, "Oh, well, let's watch the Demi documentary." And I was like, "Sure, fine." And by the end, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm obsessed with Demi."
isn't she great?
Yeah, she like fought bitches. Like she
Yeah.
would beat her assistant
gonna-
up. She was wild.
Oh my god! On a
She
plane,
would get high on meth that
Like,
she smuggled on her jet, and then
She'd
she'd
be on a
beat
private
her
jet doing
assistants up.
coke. Like, what a lifestyle! Are you kidding? Like, that is what I aspire to do.
And she never fucked the Jonas Brothers.
Good.
Oh no, she dated one of them. She dated Joe.
Do you think they?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, good.
If I was in a room with her and she gave me the nod, I'd be like, yeah, I'm inside you.
She doesn't want herpes. She's not Larry King. She
I
doesn't
only
want
have it in
herpes.
my butthole. I would top her.
Yeah.
She'd be fine.
Okay. Wow. New topic of conversation. Jerry at
Anyways.
top.
Well, for the right amount of money.
Oh my God. What? You?
What about with Larry
When I
King?
pay to get dicked down, I want quality.
Well, you don't pay very well.
I've seen how you move your hips, and I have questions.
I moved them very well.
You
Anyway,
better be able to slide that 6 inches in and out of me really fast.
Oh yeah, you'll get a rug burn.
Use lube. Why is there a
for days.
wig hair?
Just wrapped around.
Have
my
you ever been
penis.
fucking someone and got your hair in them?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that wild? And you
Yeah.
pull like a little it's like a drain, but it's their
Oh my
their
god.
their
Have you ever had
holes.
like hair under your foreskin and then you peel?
Yes,
it out?
and it's the worst feeling ever. You're
I was
like,
about to say, I'm like, wow, this feels great.
no.
Every
no.
once in a while, after I take my penis out from inside me, like, there's sometimes a wig hair stuck in there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh.
You're like, I remember that outfit.
That's literally the sensation that I feel. Like
Well-
Zoidberg, like just like whispering through my penis.
It doesn't help that you are literally the Chewbacca of drag.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the second Star Wars reference.
Of course.
I don't watch.
Not landing.
She doesn't watch Star
I love
Wars, so
that.
it's fun to make references.
William Shatner's too old to be doing these movies. I don't know why we're talking about it.
No, it's Patrick Stewart that's in Star
Oh,
Wars.
I love X-Men. Professor X.
X-Men, not Star Wars.
Yes.
Are you so happy you had us on your podcast?
X-Men
Because like
is
the best
so
day of my life.
fierce.
This is Skinny Mondays.
yes,
Yes!
it's Skinny Mondays. Yes.
Oh my God. Skinny
Yes.
Mondays for days.
Do you hear that, chat? It's Skinny Mondays. We love you.
And then after we're going to the store. But only the
Bye.
B side of the store.
Buy Carly Rae Jepsen's Emotions B-side at your local
Only buy the
HMV.
B-side.
Rest in peace, HMV.
Did you know that HMV stands for His Master's Voice? How creepy.
That's really Christian.
So there's still, I think there's still an HMV on Oxford Street in London.
No, there
I would
isn't.
Okay. I would walk past all the time. Oh, hi. You got a message. Please turn
Yeah.
your phone off as we're recording.
Oh, sorry. Someone said something shady about me, and then someone else stood up for me, and I messaged them to thank them, and they're saying, yeah, thank you.
Was it Jan Arden?
No. They will remain nameless because they do not deserve to have their voice uttered, but
I
like
love
it's
that.
fine.
That's
Yeah.
the best way to handle that kind of
Let's
thing.
just say it was Jan Arden because I love her.
Oh my God. It's the Tori Spelling of the Vancouver drag community.
Oh, no.
They don't exist. And what were we talking about? B-sides of things. There's a storm brewing.
Well, here they
Actually, I think it's,
Here they
I think
come.
it's, I think it's fast.
Fading, yeah. I think you should take your tits off right now.
Oh my God. Just peel off this.
Okay,
entire
first off, when she gets really hot and sweaty and does lots of twirls and stuff, and she's wearing like a velour tracksuit, her breastplate will like leak down her back, and she'll have this triangle of wet.
Oh, I love my snail trail.
It's so gross.
I
And you'll be like, "Can you just like mop it up for me?" And I'll
yeah.
be like,
So at our comedy show, Yuck It Up Sis, at Yuck Yucks, December 5th, there is always a mop side stage for me just to rub against after my number.
That makes sense.
"That's not even true."
I gotta get that at my
If there was
shows.
a mop, then we wouldn't have had the marshmallow situation.
Oh my God. You were the worst person for that.
Okay,
so,
but listen. The marshmallows were poorly executed.
Yes.
The roast beef, excellently
No.
executed. The pickles,
No.
phenomenal. I hit one of the servers in the tit with the pickle.
okay, so Dust
Your aim
likes
is
to,
impeccable.
Dust likes to include food in their performances, which is awful.
You
So,
love snacks. What are you talking
I do
about?
love snacks, but I don't like roast beef or marshmallows. So like, choose a snack that I enjoy
Oreos.
that doesn't come from your crotch.
Old man dick.
You are turning 30 soon.
Oh my god, disgusting.
And like the first show that we did at Yuck Yucks, the first Yuck It Up Sis, I brought chicken, like fried chicken, and like I gave it to people. Like I took someone's hat off, put chicken underneath it, put the hat back on,
Right.
and all that. And I never did it again because I was like, they're gonna fucking hate cleaning this up. They continued to do food after food after food after food after food. In our little dressing room, they had a smorgasbord of roast beef.
Yeah, I had a charcuterie platter that I pinned to a bodysuit
Yeah.
and then threw it at the audience.
My leopard print.
Dressing room was my office.
Oh my god.
It smelled like roast beef today.
That's Lauren.
That's
Lauren.
Tori
Lauren.
Spelling.
Tori Spelling is in the
She's
building
in the
right
building.
now. She heard we were talking hate about her.
She's arrived.
She arrived.
Yeah, my leopard print bodysuit smelled like roast beef for weeks because I don't wash my drag.
Stunning. So stunning.
So I was like really upset.
I don't know. We're through food era now, and I have a new prop that I'm playing with. So
God.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm not excited.
I can't
It's
wait.
probably some sort of butt plug that's covered in chocolate.
No.
Come see that at Yuck It Up, sis.
December 5th for
December
Slay
5th.
Divas. Not a holiday show.
Not a holiday show.
Never a holiday show. I think you two have to go do another show.
Are we done now?
Pretty quick. Before you do go, do you have ghost experiences, either of you?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Of course we do.
I knew that was the right question to ask.
yes.
Okay, you should tell them about all the spirits you trapped in your mom's backyard.
Oh my god. Okay, so
And I will tell them about my other things.
So a little detail that I like to leave out sometimes until we really become close as friends. I'm a witch, and when I was living in my parents' house in I will not say the town.
Cloverdale.
Cloverdale.
I lived there at one point. It's
Oh,
fine.
I'm so sorry.
When you were writing
Likewise.
B-side. Yeah.
Oh. There's a
before
lot
the
of good
fame.
stores out there. It's probably good inspiration. Anyways, there's nothing to do in Cloverdale, as you can attest to, because there's fuck all there. So I would be bored, and I would summon spirits and trap in my parents' backyard. I would literally like bring a Ouija board
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, who's out there? Like,
Yeah.
hi, do you want to chat? And then I would just be sitting in the backyard, just like some candles and like a whole little like circle going. And then I would get a spear and I'd be talking to them. And then I'd be like, you're now trapped in this backyard. Goodbye. And I did that.
Spirit's like, what the fuck?
So, in this shitty backyard
There I
in
was
Cloverdale.
relaxing in hell, and now
And now I'm in white hell with two parents that don't love each other.
Oh my god, what if your mom listens to this?
She knows the truth. And anyways, hi mom, I love you. And I did that for a few years. So now if you go to my parents' house in the dark, there's a lot of windows in their house. So there's literally the eeriest feeling of people always watching because I fucking trapped so many bitches there. I was bored. I took my angst out in weird ways.
yeah,
By summoning them.
creative ways
Yeah.
though.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in my early 20s, I used to read a lot of like crazy new age literature, and I was really into like fairies and the occult, and I was running a crystal store in Calgary at the time.
Yeah.
We sold herbs and did all kinds of like psychic readings, all kinds of crazy shit. And I was reading this one book on fairies, and it was like if you go into a field and you see like a ring of mushrooms, that's like a fairy ring, and that's like a portal to the fairy world. And I was like, oh, I wonder what it would be like if I went to the park, found a fairy ring, and sat there for as long as I possibly could. And just like let them fuck me up and see
Whoa.
what happened. And like I got so high. Like I got ridiculously high.
Yeah.
It felt like my body was like an energetic jungle gym, and I was on like a manic craze.
And you sat there from the age of 24 to 28, didn't you?
Here I am.
And that's when she moved to Vancouver.
Here I am. Yeah.
Just getting prepared for Vancouver.
Yeah, totally. This one time I did so much mushrooms that I hallucinated that the shaman guy came out of the forest and pulled a spear out of my abdomen, and then I vomited ethereal goo onto the forest floor. And when I woke up the next day, there was nothing.
I have never felt more like charged with wanting to call you a faggot in my life than right now. I threw up ethereal goo.
I did. It was wild.
I just want to wipe off an eyebrow and just write the word faggot on top. Just one? I've got some lipstick. Let's do it.
Is that Jeffree Star?
No.
In this Kat Von D household?
You know, there's a Kat Von D lip liner named after me.
There is Kevvy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I work
yeah.
at Sephora.
Oh,
so
you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
is it called The Store by Kevvy?
That's her makeup line.
Oh my
She's
God.
starting with highlighters.
Oh, I can't wait. Highlighters are my favorite thing.
All right, my friends, thank you so much for coming on. I want to have you back on again so we can actually go through the other questions I normally
Oh
ask
my God, you
people.
had questions?
Listen, bitch, you don't
Yeah,
need them
I'm
with
gonna be better
us.
than- was
Tori
like,
Spelling
You
or-
literally asked one question to
Yeah.
this bitch. I am
I love
bothered.
No, you talked
You're
a lot
number
about.
5 on my list, Kevvy.
Wow, you just deleted Kevvy off the
Yeah.
planet.
She's
So
gone.
this Comedy Here Often podcast is now run by Jerrilynn Spears and Dust.
My seat is like reclining. What's going on?
My seat is wet.
Lowering.
My
That's what
back-
happens at the end of the episode.
Oh my God.
That's how we
I'm
know.
about to fall through the floor.
So thank you so much to Chad Kroeger for having us on this podcast.
don't know
Thank
why
you
I
so
like
much
it.
for all the fucking bangers. Keep them coming.
I love your photograph of your ankles.
Me too. Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to the Comedy Here Often podcast. I've been your host, Kevvy. Thank you to my guests, Dust and Jerrilynn Spears. Make sure to follow them on all their social media and us on all our social media at Comedy Here Often. See you next week.